Hi everyone, this is Rebecca Handy, your instructor for COM 150. I wanted to send out a quick video covering your journal assignment that's due by the end of the semester. So without further ado, let's jump in. I have Moodle pulled up here. As you can see, I have already gone to tab number 8, your toggle tab. You can also find it on the sidebar, and your assignment is titled Media Consumption Journal Assignment. So this media journal, you're going to, for 7 days, you're going to write down and keep track of everything that you come in contact with for 7 full days. And it needs to be a detailed journal of your media use or interaction. So if you go by 5 billboards showing McDonald's, put down 5 billboards showing McDonald's, an advertisement for McDonald's. So that would be, bypassing, but it's still media. You should also include an approximation of time spent interacting with media. So if you've interacted, you were on Moodle, you were on Facebook, whatever that is, you were FaceTiming with someone. So this means, if you notice here, anytime you use your phone apps, you need to keep track of them. Did you play Candy Crush? Did you play Words with Friends? Every time you listen to music, read a book, stream a magazine, again, see an ad, you have to try and estimate the amount of time spent with each. So the best way to do this is to keep a tablet of paper with you and jot it down as you're interacting with the media. This will make it easier for you to have a more accurate, detailed journal, which you will want. So at the end of each day, once you've written down all of the media that you've come in contact with or interacted with, you're going to write a brief journal entry at the bottom of each day. And I'm going to show you a sample paper so you can get an idea of what one might look like. This journal can take any form that you like. It needs to be organized by day and time, stream of consciousness. That could be in poetry, narrative, self-reflection. But you need to, if you want to, you can include artwork. So if I have students in here that like to do that kind of thing, that's perfectly fine. If you want to use your own, or if you want to use from the media that you interact with, just remember, whatever you use that's not your own, you need to cite that, whether it's images or direct quotes. It needs to be in a works cited page in the very end. So at the end of this journal, you're going to write a reflection paper, and you're going to talk about and reflect on the entire experience over the 7 days and your relationship to media now that you've completed the process. I expect this reflection to be 3 to 4 pages in length, Times New Roman, 12-point font, double spaced. So don't push the margins in. Don't try to quadruple space to get your 3 to 4 pages in there. If you truly track yourself for 7 days, you will absolutely hit the 3-page mark that's required. Your works cited page does not count as one of the pages. All right, so if you click on this, you can see the instructions once again. And you will notice down here that this journal is due in 81 days and 9 hours. That's your doomsday clock, if you will. So go ahead and look at your calendar. You know what you have to do. You know how many classes you're taking. You know your job and all of those things. Pick a week that you're going to start journaling and just stick to it. So let's go back. So right here, this is due Friday, May the 6th at 11:59 p.m. I absolutely do not take late papers. You've had all semester to do this, so plan ahead. So 7 days to journal, and then you need to give yourself 3 to 4 days to write that reflection paper. Procrastination will not be your friend in this. I'm giving you to the very end of the semester. Grades are due a few days later, and I have all of these to grade from everyone. So again, I do not take late assignments. All right, we've looked at this. Let's go ahead and look at the rubric. This will be your friend when dealing with this assignment. It will help you know what I'm looking for. So I already have it pulled up. So you can see over here the points possible. So once you turn your journal into me and I've graded it, I will use this rubric to grade you, and I will have it uploaded into your comment section so you'll see where points were deducted or given. So here are the requirements. I look for a thorough journal. I look for you to tell me the days of the week and the times that you spent on media, as well as the various types of media that you encountered. Also, I need each day to include some type of journaling about your media usage. So, approximately 2 to 3 paragraphs. A paragraph is around 3 to 4 sentences. And this needs to reflect connections to your text. You've got 2 books that you're using. We're doing worksheets, discussion forums. You need to be able to connect the two to make it relatable, to show me that you're understanding the material. Third, that reflection section needs to include the discussion of your experience of tracking the media and the consideration of what you've learned about your media relationship and the usage. And I'm looking again for connections that you're able to pull themes out of your book and go, well, from chapter 1, I've learned that da 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 da. Here it is. And I've also done this. I need you to connect. And here I'm stressing it. I keep saying connect, connect. So last but not least, I'm looking for formal elements. It needs to be clear that there are 7 full days that were journaled and logged. Your reflection section at the end, that should be 3 to 4 pages in length with Times New Roman, double space, 12-point font. The journal needs to show thought and that you've taken the time to do it appropriately. If it looks or appears that it's been rushed or written at the last minute, you can lose points. Make sure that you proofread for grammar, spelling, and structure. Your paper, Microsoft Word, it is set up to do grammar check and structure. So make sure you set all of that up and use it before you turn it in. I would encourage you to write, once you finish writing your reflection section, to save it and put it away and come back in maybe the next day or the day after, once it's clear out of your head, and then go back and read it. And not only just read it, but read it out loud. That way you can catch mistakes that you normally wouldn't catch. It's a great tip. Alrighty, so we've covered the rubric and the overall assignment for the media consumption journal. Now I want to go over a sample paper from a previous student, and I will actually upload this into Moodle for you in the course announcement with this video so you can reference it. Now this is a sample. I expect it to stay a sample. Do not use this student's work. This needs to be done ethically and morally, okay? So you can tell here, day 1, Monday, April the 1st. And if you look, this student, as they went through the day, they noticed what they spent the most time on, and they went ahead and highlighted it a different color than the rest. They also chose a different color for what they did no minutes in. They tallied it up for a total of 15 hours and 23 minutes. So if you notice here, any media source that ran longer than 1 hour will be highlighted in purple, and anything that had no time spent will be highlighted in blue. P.S. Homework books or online assignments are categorized as homework, not books. So this is for one day, and then here's their journal for that day. If you notice, these quotes came from the textbook. So they are connecting with the materials that we go over. Day 2. Same thing. And if you notice, they only did 2 paragraphs, so make sure that you have the right amount of paragraphs. So this goes on, and there's an appropriate 3 paragraphs. There we go. Day 5. I'm not going to read every one of these to you. I just want you to see the bulk of it. Day 7, they put some media in there. There's their journal entry. And then here is their actual reflection paper. Okay, so their reflection paper just went on directly after day 7. I will encourage you, see, like right here, reflection didn't come down here where it should have been. Make sure that things are aligning up. This should definitely have been moved down here. Make sure that your pages are numbered. Makes it much easier for someone that's reading it. So you can see that this isn't perfect, but they're on the right track. So this will be uploaded for you to look at. I have a second sample paper. So they did it a little bit different. They did their journal first, and then they used their cell phone to capture what they used on their cell phone. But then they talked about everything else that they did in written form. Personally, and this is coming from your instructor, I prefer the other way. If I were you and I were doing this myself, I would put this with this and make it a journal. Hint, hint, hint. It would be a lot easier for you as a student when it comes time to go back and write your paper. And it's easier for me to follow. So again, this is the better way. And if you wanted to include a screenshot of your cell phone, that's absolutely fine too. Or you could type it out here, okay? All right, so again, this isn't due until May, but you need to go ahead and pick the week that you want to do this and go ahead and commit to it. Put it in your phone, write it down in your journal, whatever, but commit to it so you will be able to start off on the right foot, okay? Keep a journal by your bed because the first thing we do when we open our eyes, most of us, I would say, we use our cell phones for an alarm clock. I know I do. So when I turn off my alarm, I immediately flip it up, open the weather app, and see how cold it is to see what I need to wear for the day. So I start right from the get. So I keep that pad of paper with me so I can start journaling immediately. All right, so this is the end of this video. If you have questions about this assignment, please do not hesitate to reach out to me via email. Let me know if you want to Zoom. I'm happy to do that. Or you can come and meet me in my office. If my office hours do not work for you, please send me an email and let me know, and I'm happy to schedule a time that is better. Sound good? All right. It's good to meet you virtually, and I look forward to reading your journals. Don't get stressed. If you plan it out, you will be absolutely fine, I promise. Take care.